Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool review is going to be another Veto Pro Pac tool pouch or tool bag, however it is that you want to call it. This is the DP3, so it is their drill pouch, also slash tool pouch. And normally this is going to run you $90. So after the spring promotion's over, it's going to cost you $90 right now, at least until the end of May. If it depends on whenever you're watching this video, you can get this for free. I got this for free when I bought my TPLD that I just had a video for. So again, this is meant to be a drill pouch. It's got room up in here for you to be able to put a drill, and I'm going to show that to you. So in this video, I'm going to show you the features of this pouch. I'm going to load it up with some tools to kind of give you an idea roughly of what you can fit inside this pouch. And then I'm going to show you how I'm pretty much going to use it, because I'm not going to use it as a drill pouch. I wanted it to try it out for specifically something else that goes along with using meters and things like that when you're doing work, because Veto doesn't really offer anything, and I'll show you why the MP pouches don't really work for what I wanted to use this one for. So that's what all I'm going to do in this video. So we'll go ahead and start out with the features of the bag with it empty, and then we'll load some tools in it and see what we can do with it. But let's jump into it. So let's start out with the main features of the bag, and I'm going to put the spec sheet up here that gives you the number of pockets, the dimensions, and all those kinds of things like that, so you can pause and look at that, because I'm sure I will miss several of those main specific things that somebody's looking at. And again, I'll put a link in the description as well for Veto's website. You can go check it out as well. But basically, again, it's kind of a small pouch. That's the TP3B over there. To me, it's very similar to that pouch as far as the size pouch that you're going to get. You can see I've got the hard bottom on my TP3B. That's what that is. That's one of the things that this pouch doesn't have. It's just got the canvasy type bottom, but it does have a stiff something right here that's kind of holding it straight. That does allow it to sit down on the ground, but you're not going to have that water protection that you're going to have with those tool pouches. But I do like the fact that they did at least think ahead to make it kind of sit up, so that if you want to take it off your side, set it down somewhere, you can do that and not have to wear it, you know, all the time without it just tipping over, laying sideways on the ground or whatever it is. And the reason why they did that is because you can see this goes all the way through like a pass through. And if you are going to use it for a drill pouch, so if I take my M12 Surge here, I'm going to put the Klein pass-through socket. This is that hollow magnetic pass-through, or it's not really a full pass-through, I guess hollow magnetic. Put that in there. If I was to put my drill into this and press it down in there, you're going to see this sticks out the bottom. So that's the purpose behind that, so that while you're running a drill with a long extension, a long drill bit or whatever, it's able to come through the bottom while you're wearing it. So I really like that fact that they kind of thought that through, because in the first place you'd say, well, I really want a hard bottom, but that's because I'm not planning on using my drill inside this pouch. And again, I'll show you why here in a little bit, but that's nice if you were going to use this for a drill pouch. So again, I think it's got 17 total exterior and interior pockets, which I think they're pretty much all exterior, I guess, other than the ones that are inside of here. Let me take this out. I had that in there seeing if it would fit. So up here in this pouch, again, just a main pouch, several little slots for driver bits, whatever you want to do, bit holder. And then you got 3 screwdriver type holes here, some plier holes, again, the drill pouch, some more pockets over here on the side, on each side. I think the sides are pretty much identical. So you got 2 small ones, 2 bigger ones. And then you can also, it's not really considered a pocket, but you can slide some stuff down inside of here, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So that's the pocket layout. Again, you can kind of look at it right there. That's how you'd be looking at it if you're looking on your side. And then whenever you get into the drill holster, it also has this right here, which I'm going to end up cutting off mine because this is going to drive me crazy the way that I'm going to use it. But this is able to slide down on top of here. You can slide that through if you want to keep your drill inside of there without making it come out. So that's the part of that. That's how that works. And again, this can tuck away up inside of there when you're not using it. It does come with a handle, so in case you're just going to use it strictly as a tool pouch, you could use it like that, not even have to wear it on your side. If you want to use this as your go bag, you could really do that. And then also, if you wanted to use this just to pick it up and down off the ground to clip it onto your side, you can do that as well. A couple different ways that you can put it on your body. You have this right here by Veto, which is basically, you can see, and it's kind of not easy to do, so I'm not going to mess with showing you how to do it here, because I'm probably actually even going to take this off, and you're going to see why here in just a second. So you basically have this little clip right here that is a belt clip, and you can adjust the height of it. You've got all these little spots right in here, so you can kind of move this from here, down one, down one, down one, to adjust the height of it. Me personally, you can see if I put this on my side, it really puts the bag way too high. It also really is kind of weird how it's centered. All the things that go along with that. So to me, I don't really like this clip as far as if I'm going to wear this as a pouch, I'm not going to use this. The only thing I see that this is good for is if you've got a bag like the Tech MCT Blackout like I got here, it will snap in and out of that tape ring so that you could carry this along with that MCT bag in at one time with one hand if you wanted to. So that's really, to me, the purpose of this. Again, I'm likely going to take this off because I don't think I'm ever going to use it. And then you also, if you're not going to use that, you have the ability, just like the TP pouches, you can stick a belt through here. I'm probably going to end up running my climb belt all the time inside of this whenever I use it. Now, I will say it's a little bit of a bear to get this through there. That it's a really tight fit. And this by Klein is roughly, had to get a tape measure. This is basically an 1 3/4 belt. But the end on mine is 2 1/4, so that's what's making it be a tight fit. The belt goes through fine, so I'm sure it's probably built for a 2-inch belt. I can get this through there. It takes a lot of finagling, and then once I get it through, I got to take a pair of pliers and pull it through the other side. But that's how I'm going to use mine. I'm going to put this belt inside of that and just leave it in there all the time. This is how I'm going to wear it, because you can see here on my side, if I put it on with this belt, it's definitely a whole lot better fit. It's a better location on my body, and I just like it a lot better than using this individual clip right here. So ultimately, that's all the features of the bag. It's, again, got the drill holder, the spots for screwdrivers, spots for pliers, little pouch up here to hold some loose stuff, several different pockets on the outside. So what can you fit in this thing? I'm going to go ahead and take this handle off so it's kind of not my way, because, again, I'm not going to use this either the way that I'm planning on using this bag. So I'm going to show you how I would load this out. So, again, you could use a drill. That's obviously what it's for. DP3, drill pouch 3. I've been wanting a meter pouch that's Veto to hold tools, and then also the times that I'm going to hold a meter. So I'm never going to keep this one loaded out. This is going to be the one that I pull out on jobs where I'm going to use a meter 100% of the time while I'm doing some kind of a diagnostic work, whatever it might be, because all the Veto pouches, I prefer my MP pouches to work out of just because of size. You can see the size difference of something like that. It's just more compact. I would have really liked, actually, if they would have put like this kind of a thing on this in some form or fashion, but maybe they couldn't because of strength or something. But even the MP2, if they would make a pouch basically and call it the MP3 if they want to, or whatever they want to, MP1.5, if they would get rid of these two, I could still run what I would want to in here and put screwdriver, and then probably fit my fluke meter inside that middle section. But then you drop down to the MP1, this is not big enough, but that MP2, if I took out these two right here, I could make that work. I can't make it work with that MP1. This is too small to put a meter in. Now, obviously, you can probably find a meter. I think some people have suggested the Unity one to me to do that. But that's how I'm going to plan on to use this pouch right here. So that's the whole reason why I wanted to go ahead and get this for free. That's why I bought the TPLD. Because I'm going to just load it up with some tools to give you an idea of what you can fit in here so that it gives you the best option of knowing how you would use this. So again, as I said, I'm going to start out with my meter. I'm going to run my T6 1000 Pro. I'm just going to set this down in there inside that drill slot, and there's even still really some room for something else if I wanted to, if I had some other kind of tester or something like that, and I wanted to run that down in there, I could do that. Then I'm going to take that ground clamp and just clip it there on the side so that I've got that with me in case I want to use that. So then again, you got all this other extra room for any kind of tools that you would use. I'm obviously going to use this more so in electrical, so that's kind of the tools that I just kind of threw out over here. And this isn't, again, how I'm necessarily going to load it up. I'm just trying to show you what tools will fit in it and how they would fit in it. So you also might want a non-contact voltage tester. All these will work. I brought the Klein out because that's typically the biggest one, and that will fit inside that pouch right there, that little pocket right there, just fine. And again, you could probably move it around and maybe even get a smaller one. If you wanted to carry a fluke or something, you could use it for one of these smaller ones if you wanted to. Then you're obviously going to probably want to carry something to write with. I'm going to put the Hultafors pencil. I've got a couple small screwdrivers. Here's the Weehaw. Here's also a small little Klein one that I've got. So you could throw some of those inside these small pockets if you wanted to. Electrical installation pliers from Knipex. I'm going to say that those are for pliers. Here is a Klein 11-1 impact. I always like to carry one of these in any of my pouches a lot of times, just because I've got a lot more options if I run into something than also a dedicated screwdriver, which is what I prefer to use. So whether I wanted to use the Vessel ceramic ball handles, which is probably what I will throw in here the times I'm using it, or I could go with the Vera ball handles if I wanted to use those. Throw them in them other two screwdriver spots, so that way I've got my dedicated slotted and Phillips, and then I got my Impact 11-1 to take care of whatever else I run into. Of course, you're going to want a pair of diagonals. We'll probably throw them over here on the side. If you wanted to run a pair of Lymans, something like that, you could do that as well. And then we've got a pair of Cobras in case you want to use those. We'll fit those over here on this side. And then we've also got a flashlight. You're probably going to want to carry a flashlight of some kind. Put that there, here, wherever you want to. Sharpie, maybe you got an ink saw, whichever one you prefer. Those will both fit. And then that still leaves me, like I said, you could probably technically take something and stick it back in this spot if you wanted to. Stick one over in here. It's not really considered a pocket, but in my opinion, you could really put something in there if you wanted to and make plenty of room for that. Or again, maybe since I'm not carrying a drill, I would actually probably carry this Vessel electric as either my slotted or my Phillips and put that in there also. And then these two over here on the side, they pass through as well. So if you've got a long screwdriver or something that you want to put down in there, you can do that and put that through there as well. So again, lots of options of different ways that you could build this out. And again, it holds plenty of tools. And of course, then you still got this little front pouch up here. I'm probably not going to put bit holders or anything like that in there because I'm not going to be using mine with a drill. But if you were using it as a drill pouch, you know, it would make sense to put several, you know, bit holders and things like that in there for that. I would probably, in this setup, I'm going to throw some wire nuts and then maybe also grab out a few Wagos and things like that and just throw them loose down in there, just so that if I'm, and it just depends on what job I'm doing, just in case I run into something where I need to put something in there. So there's kind of a example loadout. Again, it's not necessarily going to be my loadout in it. I'm going to use the meter for sure, which a lot of this is probably what I would end up putting in it a lot of different times if I used it. But again, just to give you an idea of the kind of tools that will fit in it, that's the goal behind me putting these in there. Again, is it a bag for everybody? Probably not if you don't need a drill pouch or something to hold a bigger thing like a meter or something like that. I would highly suggest the MP pouches over this. But this right here is a nice option because I don't have anything else that I can kind of put this in. I've normally been running that, and then I'll put on like a holstery Joey pouch or something and throw my meter or something like that in there, which still works out fine and is probably a little bit cheaper option. But again, you can get this for free right now over the next couple of days if you buy a certain Veto bag. So it's kind of a win-win if you wanted a Veto bag, and this is something that you could use. Right now is a good time to get one. So that's the DP3, guys. Let me know in the comments below. I'm late to the game in getting mine because I didn't get it free until I ordered my TPLD, which I just ordered not too long ago. I know some of you have been using this for quite some time now, so drop your comment down below how well you like it, how you've been using it, how it's been working out for you. Let us know that in the comments below. But hope this video was helpful and useful. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you in the next video.